hello, my fellow Americans and people of Missouri and this great United States of America. My name is Jay Goff, and I am with Legacy Leadership International, a speaker, coach, and trainer in all things personal and professional leadership development. You know, today I wanted to share with you something that I did a few days ago. I want to share with you a speech I gave to a school in Republic, Missouri. I was asked to speak to these students and fellow warriors as well as the community of Republic. And what I wanted to do today was just share with you that speech. Now, it goes a little long, but I promise you it's not going to last any longer than 14 minutes. I'm going to rush it up, but let me tell you something. I hope it adds value to you in your life and it calls you to action to understand and realize that we are all American warriors. Today I'm hopeful for a great nation and grateful for a nation of hope. Today is a day that we all come together, not only in our schools and our community halls, but also in communities around the globe, to honor our American warrior veterans and the veterans of foreign nations who have fought alongside us in wars and in battles, in order that we may collaboratively unite to preserve peace for all nations. We must also not leave out our brave men and women in law enforcement, our firefighters and other servants of the public, who protect us daily and have given their all for our all. We salute each of you for your sacrifices. In 1980, a boy from Texas walked into the U.S. Army recruiter's office in San Angelo, Texas. The future for this young 17-year-old was uncertain, but he was willing to give anything a chance in order to lead the small town of Miles, Texas. The parents, who are less, and the school, whose small town mindset was too small for him to accept for presumed greener fields. He eventually found himself in plenty of fields, and they weren't always green either. Some, as we all know, were filled with sand. Some were filled with swamp. Many were woodlands, and still some were filled with blinding snow that went on forever, it seemed. You know, beside me, in front of me, and behind me, pushing and helping this Texas boy grow into a man, and eventually a leader, were other young men and women, just like me, who, for whatever reason known only to them, joined this nation's armed forces. You know, was it for the training? Was it the education and the experience? Was it to seek adventure? Maybe the money? Or maybe, just maybe, it was simply the overwhelmingly patriotic desire to serve their country. In any measure, we all came together and became a family, a brotherhood, a force of one, so that we could all be all that we could be. Poet William Shakespeare, he wrote about brotherhood. So I'd like to share that with you if you don't mind. It sentiments the bonding of all of us who have served and fought as individuals, but we lived on as one brotherhood. Shakespeare said, "From this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he never so vile, this day shall gentle on his condition. And gentlemen, now, in England, now abed, shall think themselves accursed that they were not here, and hold their manhood so in cheap, whiles any speaks that fought with us upon Crispin's day." Well, I joined a band of brothers, and I learned what it meant to be honorable and a servant for my nation, for the communities, for this America. The Lady of Liberty who stands in the harbor awaits the dreamers of hope, peace, and the promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We band of brothers stand in defense of all that she stands for, and we are ready and willing to march forward in unity to defend her and her people. We are truly a nation of immigrants, joined together with a common desire and a purpose to enrich our own lives as well as the lives of others in our land and around the world. America is much more than a superpower. She is truly a nation that brings a super hope to the world. And that hope can only be achieved from the sacrifices of blood, sweat, and tears of her citizens, this band of brothers, and lest we never forget, and also include, our band of sisters, who stand beside us, as well as lead before us on the battlefields, whether they be foreign or domestic. In order for a nation to have peace, we must always prepare for peace. And that peace can only be obtained and maintained by preparing for war. Yet our love of peace must forever be stronger than our fear of war. Our nation's very first president, George Washington, understood this when he said, "To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace." A strong military defense is the only assurances to a strong and secure nation. With secure borders and for its people to live in peace. When the military is weakened, so is a nation's defense against those nations who would cause her harm. And I can assure you of this, on behalf of my band of brothers and our band of sisters, not on our watch. We leave diplomacy to the diplomats in the hopes that they will achieve their cause before we have to achieve ours. It was Douglas MacArthur who said that whoever said that the pen was mightier than the sword obviously never encountered an automatic weapon. Meanwhile, across the nation and around the world, we will always prepare for war as we continue to work diligently with great intentionality and much fervent prayer as we prepare for peace. General George S. Patton said that the soldier is the army, and no army is better than its soldiers. The soldier is also a citizen. In fact, the highest obligation and privilege of citizenship is at the bearing of arms for one's country. I'd like to also add that the citizen is America, and no nation is better than its citizens. The citizen is also a warrior, a soldier. In fact, I believe that the highest obligation, privilege, and duty of every U.S. citizen, young and old, natural citizen or immigrant who now calls themselves an American, is to stand up for our American way of life, protect and defend the U.S. Constitution, and honor our American flag without desecration and keep her flying high above the horizon. Did you know that you can go to any other country in the world and you cannot label yourself as that nation? You can't go to Mexico and become a Mexican. You can't go to Africa and be called an African. You can't go to any of the European nations and call yourself Spain, France, Italy, German. But you can come to the United States of America and call yourself an American. We have been set aside by God to be a beacon of hope and light to the world. We open our arms and we welcome everyone to discover all that is wonderful about being an American citizen. But, as within my own home, you can only enter in if you mean no harm and you desire to be a part of making this country great. I have known many immigrants who have now attained their rightful place as an American citizen. I am thankful for them and their contribution to our nation. I am thankful to have been a part of that fight for their rights and that freedom to fulfill their dreams for themselves, their families, and their legacy. Now, for our children who sit patiently listening to this old guy talk, I want to give you a call to action. You sit here among heroes, men and women who have fought for your right to sit in a wonderful learning environment such as Price Elementary. You have amazing teachers who invest so much time before the bell rings and long after you have gone home. I want you to look to your teachers today and give them a high five for being a hero. You see, they are there to help you to become our nation's greatest assets to society as you grow, you mature, and develop into adults. Some of them have even worn the military uniform, while others were taking care of things at home while we served. There are heroes all around us, and I want you to salute them. I want you to take them and thank them. I want you to remember that they do every day for you what they do because they love you and want you to be successful in all that you dream of becoming. And without them, even I would not be as successful as I am today. These teachers. So could I please ask for all the teachers, faculty, and staff who have served in our military to please stand up? Thank you very much. And now, for all of the teachers, the faculty, and staff, I would like for all of you to stand up and be recognized. Thank you. Kids, these are your everyday heroes. If you'd like to know more about what it means to be a hero, I came up with a little something to help you. Think of the word hero, and here's what that means. The H stands for help. Always be the first to step up and help a classmate, a teacher, a friend, and yes, even your enemies, the bullies. Help your mom and your dad with whatever they may be doing. Help your sisters and your brothers. And while you're at it, help a veteran out when they need it. The E is for encourage. Encourage others when they are down and they need a little boost to pick them up. We all have sad days, and we can make them smile again. R, respect. Respect your parents. They really are doing the very best that they can to help you grow and succeed. Respect your teachers. They work very hard for you every day, and even through the summer while you're on vacation. Respect your classmates, because they're there to learn too. And respect our law enforcement officers. They've got a pretty tough job to do, keeping all of us safe and protected every day. O, others. Put the needs of somebody else before yourself, the needs of others. If you see a friend who needs a pencil and you happen to have two, give him or her one of them. And if you see your mom is trying very hard to get things done around the house, put the video games away and give her a hand. Now I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you for inviting me here to speak to you today. My hope is that I was able to add value to you in some small way, to be all that you can be, and to honor each other, as well as our veterans on this day. Folks, this is their day, so let's all celebrate with a veteran today. This is our day. Honor a veteran with a thank you, today and every day when you see one. Call or go see a veteran in your family and your neighborhood and tell them thanks. Give us a salute. Kids, I always love it when I see a child walk up to me and give me a hearty salute, and I know my brothers and sister warriors do too. It's a new day for America, with challenges ahead, but together we shall overcome. We shall be stronger, and we can keep this the most amazing nation in all the world. For we are all American warriors. Thank you, and God bless America.
Thank you.